Okay, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Family Affairs Corner. We have Dr. Julia Ogwunga in the house. Dr. Julia, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here. What a privilege. I've been looking forward to having this session with you. Okay, so now we want to talk about mental health. Can you please explain to us what mental health is? What is it all about?
Mental health is a state of well-being. Actually, there's many definitions of it.
Okay.
But the summary of it is that it's a state of, well-being, whereby the person is aware of his or her ability, will they be able to cope with stressors and then contribute to the society. That's what it is in a nutshell.
Okay. Now, there's so much misconception in our society about mental health. Can you please explain to us those misconceptions?
Yeah, actually, there are many misconceptions. One is that it's caused by spiritual things, spirits, or village people, and some people believe it's due to God's punishment. That's the way God likes to punish people.
Okay.
And then another misconception is that everyone that has mental illness, that they are dangerous.
Okay.
So they believe that everyone with mental illness is dangerous, and then they also believe that there's no treatment, there's no orthodox treatment. That it's just prayers and spiritual things.
Okay. Wow, that's quite true. Yeah, because anytime you hear somebody has mental issues, you look at the person as a mad person, we call Onyara, but you're going to throw more light on that. Now, how do we know? How does someone know that the individual has mental issues? How do you know?
Well, there are different types of mental illness, actually.
Okay.
So each one comes with its own presentation.
Okay.
So each one comes with its own presentation. So there's no particular, a thing like, let me give you an example. If somebody has depressive disorder, so
depression.
Depression. There are different depressive disorders.
Okay.
Yes. So if the person has that, depression, they might present with, some things like sadness.
Okay.
Sadness is not the normal sadness that you have.
Okay.
It's deep, sadness, loss of interest in things they used to enjoy doing.
Okay.
And then the loss of energy. So they might find out that they want to keep to themselves. But if somebody has, psychosis, let me take example, schizophrenia and all that, they can present with delusions and hallucinations. And, but, one thing with people who have mental illness is, one of the presentations is that they have poor sleep.
Poor sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's actually the beginning of it. Poor sleep is there, and then at the end, whatever mental illness they have, they can't function in the society. We told you that when we describe their mental health, the person should be able to function in the society, but people with mental illness can't function.
Okay. So when one discovers that one is not able to function, optimally in the society, then you know that there's a challenge there. Okay. Now, what are the signs of mental illness? What are they?
Depending on the type of mental illness the person has. So they present differently. Like even somebody, another example I can give is somebody has anxiety. They come being fearful. They show avoidance. And all that. They might have tremors. And the heart beating fast. So these are some of the symptoms and signs.
All right. So, what are the causes? What can trigger mental challenge.
Yes, actually, like what I've said before, it's not a spiritual thing. It's a medical condition, just like any other medical condition. So it's actually, the cause is actually due to a combination of gene and environment.
Gene and environment.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So there's normally a genetic undertone, so it runs in the family.
Okay. Okay.
Then of course you have the environmental factors, risk factors, can be biological, psychological, and social. So let's talk of biological, other biological things apart from the genes. It's let's start with when the woman is pregnant, the child is still in the womb.
Okay.
So things that can cause, risk factors that can bring it about is illness, physical illness in the mother.
Okay.
So it can affect the baby.
Okay.
So that's why we're talking about good antenatal care.
Okay.
Yes. So, like, for example, rubella, hypertension, diabetes, all these can affect the baby in the womb.
I see.
And then when it comes to delivery, a lot of women, they want to deliver like the Hebrew women, so so when the doctor tells them, no, you need to do a CS, they will tell you, no, I want to deliver like the Hebrew women. So when that passage that the child goes through is narrow, and the child cannot pass through, and there's a whole lot of stress and pressure, these are risk factors when the child comes out.
Okay. Okay.
Then when the child is now born, there are a lot of childhood diseases that can also bring it about. That's why we talk about these immunizations. They're good, they're important. So, and then of course, apart from that, seizures in childhood. Okay. Then falls in childhood, when the child falls from your back or from the height. Then the psychological factors is what we call adverse childhood experience. Physical abuse, psychological abuse from the parents in the house where that child is growing up from, sexual abuse, then separation from parents, from like either the death of parents, especially the mother, death of the parents, there's separation, divorce, all these things are risk factors. Then of course, other, as the child grows up, other losses, even in adult, like a loss, child loss, even examinations, when they don't pass examinations, these are all losses. Then you have social issues like relationship issues. In adulthood, relationship issues are there. Then economic issues, poverty, unemployment, and then another factor that's very important is substance abuse.
Wow.
That's a big
I was coming to that. Substance abuse, and I'm sure you're seeing quite a lot of it. Now you were talking of children being predisposed to this health challenge. Now, if a mother is on drugs, can it affect the unborn child?
Yeah, a lot of is it the substance?
Yes, substance. If the mother is
like alcohol. Yes, it affects the baby.
Or even hard drugs.
Yes, alcohol is hard drugs.
I'm a layman.
They're all under substances, but even like cannabis and all that. It affects the child. Pentazocine, they're all like they can affect the child.
Wow. Okay, and now looking at the society. I mean, I'm talking of this, our climb, Nigeria in particular. You can see the socio-economic challenges prevalent. Now, are you seeing more people coming down with mental issues?
Yes, I mentioned that economic factors is a big factor. Poverty. Mental illness is more with people who are poor. So it doesn't mean it doesn't affect the rich people, but it's more with them. So with this, our economy, all these stressors, of course, we see them more now because majority of them, especially the young people, they go into substance abuse. They use it to self-medicate their stressors, and then of course it brings them down.
So it's like it's a vicious cycle. You want to run away from reality, and you find reality staring you in the face, and it's quite a pity. It's quite a pity. Now, which gender is likely to come down from your practice, which gender is more predisposed?
Yes, it depends on the illness you're talking about.
Okay.
Yes. If it depends on the illness you're talking about, let me say, we have more males, especially people who abuse substances.
Okay.
You have more of the males. It doesn't mean that females don't.
Okay.
They do.
Okay.
But you have more of males. But when you come to depressive disorders, you have more females.
That's right. That's right. You have just hit the nail on the head. That's why, in fact, that's something I've been, trying to figure out. And I said I was going to ask you, because I'm a counselor, and I see so many women having emotional issues. And at the end of the day, they come down with depression. So I'm not surprised that you're saying that we have more females coming down with depression. So how can we avoid coming down with mental ill health?
We have to look at the things that I've just described, from the womb, good antenatal care. You, as a mother, you want that your child to come out, well, good antenatal care, all the immunizations for that child. As the child grows up, the family should not be dysfunctional. Most mental illness comes from the homes that people are dysfunctional. The home that is dysfunctional. So have a stable home. Show love, to the children. Have that good bonding with the children. The mother playing her role, the father playing his role. And then of course, for the women. For everybody, reduce stressors, but for the women, we go to work, we come back, we take care of the home, we take care of the children, we go and cook and all that. So we believe that we're superhuman. And, a lot of women come out and they say, no, I don't need help in the house, but that's not true. You need help. You need help in the house, so that, this helps to reduce the stressors. And then, of course, when the woman, another stressor that brings it about, actually, in the women, when they just delivered. We have this system in Nigeria, but it's fast eroding.
Okay.
Where the woman after delivery, the mother will come. That's a very good thing.
Okay.
The mother comes to help her. But in a family where the woman will now be doing everything, it's a big stressor after delivery.
Yeah.
So we need help. And the husband, I'm advising the husbands, please, help your wives. They need help. Don't think that they're superhuman.
Thank you. It's as if I put words in your mouth, but I believe it is the Spirit of God trying to do justice to this topic. I've always told you people, I've always told couples, especially men, help your wife at home. Reduce the stress for her so that she can last longer for you. But you have heard from the experts this evening. I believe you will do something about it so that we can all get better and make the best of this life God has given us. So what advice do you have for people that have come down with depression, particularly those that are in relationships that are
intimate partner violence?
Yes. Partners that are abusive and is predisposing the other one to depression. What advice do you have for both of them, especially the one that is the victim?
Yes, the victim in an intimate partner violence, actually, some people, when I go through, internet, and I hear women say, provided he doesn't beat you, stay there.
Okay.
I'm not an advocate for divorce, but then it's not just the physical abuse that is bad. Psychological or emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. That is one thing people don't know. Because every physical abuse has an emotional abuse attached to it.
Okay.
Then emotional abuse lasts for life in the woman because she internalizes it. So, but physical abuse, once they beat you, have that wound, it can go, it can heal. But emotion. So, what I would advise is, the couples should show love to each other. Try and show love. If sometimes the husband or the perpetrator of the abuse can have a mental illness, which you don't know, because it's not just everybody that's walking the road, that's even, that might be going to work, that is mentally stable.
Okay.
So it is to find out, you need to go to a therapist.
All right.
Both of you need to go to a therapist.
Okay.
So that they can know if the person that has the mental illness and treat the person.
Okay.
So that the abuse will stop or reduce. Then once you have done that, of course it's not just treating the perpetrator, but also the victim is treated.
Okay.
Both of them can be treated. Either you see a psychiatrist or you see a clinical psychologist. These are people that can help. Then if there is when you've tried those things or the perpetrator doesn't want, I'm sorry, you just have to do separation, and then until both of you can iron out your differences.
Thank you very much. I have been so blessed. You have done justice to this topic, and I believe that our viewers, you have been able to gain one or two things from this topic. And I pray that those of you that are going through one or two of these health challenges, mental health challenge we are talking about, whether it's depression or a higher sort of a higher kind of mental health challenge, I pray that you receive the appropriate help in Jesus' name. But finally, before I leave, I am an advocate of a stable family. Let there be love. Be kind with your words. Don't just say, that's the way I talk. No. It's not only you involved in this relationship. Be careful how you even talk to your children. Now you heard what she said. Okay? So let's be well guided. All right? And then finally, let's make our home stable. Let's make the family stable so that everyone will function optimally and fulfill God's purpose for our individual lives. Thank you very much, Dr. Julia. It's been a beautiful time with you. And I know that God will continue to take you higher, and even that which you have delivered today, so much fruit. Again, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.